Hello and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us on the second episode of our intro about out of the box. And it's especially about the class we are going to have in Belgrade on the 20th and 21st of September. So it's sort of like less than 2 weeks time, a week and a half. And yeah, actually we received lots of registrations and questions.
Izvinjavate, Margareta, mi tebe ne čujemo ništa. Ako treba da te čujemo.
Because they have to move to Serbia, right? So please tell them. Thank you.
We hear only on English. Margareta is mute or something.
Moraš da odabereš jezik.
Aha,
ja
okej.
Čujem, Margareta.
Gdje da odaberem jer ne znam tu opciju? Možda ne zna još neko. Aha, okej. U donjem desnom uglu.
Donji desni ugao piše interpretation, pa tu kliknete na globus i onda bira se.
Hvala.
Okay. So let's start with the first question because that's, let's say, odd enough. But the first question is really straight to the point. So this is what it is. Why we keep creating and choosing that box like a fucking idiot? This is how it's worded. So, because the topic is get out of that box. And the box, it represents the comfortable reality for everyone. What is the reality that's comfortable for you? It can be a really shitty relationship that is comfortable. It's frightening or boring or threatening you, that relationship. You know, it's different for everyone. But on the other side, you get used to it. And for various reasons, one of the reasons is that it's comfortable. You already know it. These are my limitations. My life is only inside this. But because I already know it and energetically it's matching with me, what it means, whether it started in this lifetime or in any other lifetimes, and you grew up in a family who had such kind of an energetic imprint, and you get used to it. So you keep choosing something similar. And even if you grow up and there were many other things affecting you, it shaped your energetic reality that you get used to. And once you get used to something, it means you have like, sort of like you are the fly in the middle of a spider web. Like it's keeping you in that space, holding you tight because it's comfortable. You know every corner. Of course, it doesn't create greater for you, but at least it's peaceful. And so sort of like we keep telling ourselves, this is the best I can do, because anything else is beyond my comfort zone, and I have no idea what should I expect there. I didn't get used to it. I think I don't have the tools for that. I don't have the power for that because it's not just beyond my comfort zone, it's beyond my capacities, beyond my power beyond everything, because my power, my consciousness, my skills as well, so like get used to that level of comfort zone. Like you never have more power than how much is required in your comfort zone. You are never more aware or more conscious than what is required at that life situation, in that reality. Therefore, anything that is beyond that would require you to become more of you. This is a really interesting one. Why do we not choose more of who we are? So how many points of view, judgments, and expectations we have about our actual life situation that we truly get used to and comfortable with? Like in which many ways do we keep protecting that limiting box? Like in which many ways we keep telling the same old story to ourselves that this is what I know, this is what I get used to, this is where people sort of like love me or like me. Like all my friends would turn away, my whole family would turn away if I would choose something different or greater. And I don't want to lose my family, I don't want to lose my partner or these people who makes me feel that warmth. You know, the warm, smelly shit. And everything that doesn't allow you to get out of it. And most of the time, people only get out of it when it starts to be really, really compressed. When it's nearly sort of like destroys them. And then they sort of like, okay, now it's enough. So when will be the moment for you to say, now it's enough? But the other question, do you have to get to that very deep part, into that very painful and uncomfortable space, when you finally say that it's threatening my life, therefore I need to get out? Maybe that's the only thing that people value a little bit, if their life is truly threatened. So there's another question. How much do you value yourself that makes you stay in that situation? Again, it can be a relationship. It can be a financial reality, or your position at your workplace, or the way you keep running your business that keeps generating the same amount of money that is never enough for all your dreams. It's not enough to create something greater. It's not enough to move to a greater place in the city, or to have a lifestyle where you live next to the ocean on the beach, but it's still enough to survive. So when will you value yourself that much? So you start to look for possibilities outside of that box. So what happened with the people's self-evaluation, or yeah, how much everyone got disempowered, so you're not choosing greater because it's not worth choosing greater, because how much you are separated from yourself, so you are not valuable to yourself. And everything that brings up everywhere, like all the stories you keep telling yourself that it's not worth doing, it's not worth even trying, will you now destroy and uncreate, eliminate and eradicate for eternity beyond time, space, and all dimensions. And everything you made vital, valuable, real, and significant about your actual situation, will you now revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate for eternity. Right and wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all 100 shorts, boys, forwards, bases, creations, and beyonds. So who are you without those people around you? Or who are you without that relationship? Who are you without that company, without that workplace, without that job or position? Or who are you without your business? Not to mention, who are you without your illness, without your, if you are sick, if you have cancer, if you have any health situation that you keep having for many, many years, like what have you decided that's it 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 is better than the change, than something greater, because I don't know that. I get used to these illnesses and yeah, the state of health of the body. So everywhere you are not valuing actually who you are and what you could create, everywhere where the greater possibilities that you can sense are not more valuable than your actual life, and everywhere you have too much doubt and fear connected to the change, really now destroy, uncreate, eliminate, and eradicate. And right, wrong, good, bad, pot, poc, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, basis, creations, and beyonds. And there is that part that maybe people are afraid of the most, is about the fear of the change that you would go through. Because in order to have that different lifestyle or that different relationship, the different financial reality, you have to change who you are and how you act in your life. And of course, part of it is that you don't know how to, and you don't have the power for that, so you don't believe in that. But the other part is because you are not choosing, therefore you will never have that energy. You always have enough energy to maintain the action.
Da, da. I zabavnije. Evo ga, da.
Hello, I'm back again. Okay. So what have we told to the universe that is fucking too much for the universe? And everything that brings up will destroy and uncreate, eliminate and eradicate. Like, how many people actually needing to hear this? And what is it that we're truly not willing to choose in our life? So therefore, better shut it down before something would be too much or overwhelming. Like how much you are unwilling to expand the space you are functioning from, because it's truly overwhelming. And everything that brings up. Right and wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all 100 shorts, boys, for what's basis, creations, and beyonds. Okay, so who is truly willing to change their life? Okay, next question. how does my box look or feel, and how do I recognize it? So it's really the question that how can someone really recognize that they are sort of like living within a box that, you know, without making yourself wrong? It's because it's never about making yourself wrong. It's not really valuable because that will even more disempower you. But okay, the question is that, like, do you feel energized all day long? Or which are those situations or areas of life that has certain activities that makes you tired or feel overwhelmed? Like maybe you are happy in your relationship when you are with your partner, but your energy suddenly drops down when you have to go to work. Or maybe it's the other way around. You are so happy, excited, and energized at work, but when you go home, then suddenly your energy drops. Or when you sort of like face the issues with your body, then your energy drops. And some people may have terrible relationship. They also hate their work, but when they go down the gym or they go out to the nature and start hiking, walking, running, do physical education, and that's the moment for them when they truly feel energized. So because this box can only sort of like be around you in one area of life and not in all areas at the same time. So what are these, or do you have any area of your life where you don't feel energized, where you feel suddenly there is this drop in your energy? Or maybe all areas of your life, like you all day long feel depleted energetically, like tired, overwhelmed, stressed out, and depleted. And everything that brings up, you know, because this is what it means that you are now totally inside your own box, because that box actually doesn't exist. It only exists because you maintain it. And you maintain it through your belief systems that makes it comfortable. You know, of course, like a toxic relationship is not comfortable, or a terrible workplace when your boss every day, you know, shouting at you and telling you that you will be fired because you are useless and so on. In these situations, when it's traumatizing, no one would say it is comfortable. But if someone grew up in a similar energy, in a similar family, in a similar lifestyle, then this is what they get used to. So it will feel normal, okay, and comfortable because this is the way of treatment, like being treated by others, that you get used to. But at the same time, it will make you feel depleted. So this is, I think, a very good way to recognize if some area of your life or all areas are depleting your energies. Okay. What else do we have? Let's look into the other questions. Okay. There is another question. What do I love about limitations? Yeah. Like, this is a very good question to start to ask yourself. What do I love about these limitations? And of course, logically, you love nothing about it, but you really get used to it and you won't let anyone to change it. You won't let anyone to grab your hands and pull you out from that reality, from that situation. Okay, another question. When we know that everything is energy, why don't we let all other beliefs weaken, like get weaker, and choose and actualize greater possibilities faster and step out of the box. Yeah, I think we discussed this, that one thing is knowing that everything is energy. And the big problem is that, okay, so one thing is that you hear information or you read information or you see information. It's only that you saw it. It doesn't mean you spent time with that information so it will sit with you. So it would sink into your recognition, into your processing. It's like most of the information in these times are very quick. You just see something, oh, that's a great idea, I should do it. But that's it. It went further. Now there is the next information. Oh, that's a great information. I will do that as well. So the problem is that our processing of information is not very developed, not high level enough. So it means we hear the information, but we don't spend time how to turn it into our life, how to start to use that information, how to apply it so it would have an effect on us. So when we say we know that everything is energy around us, but any of you did ever work out how to deal with it, how to work with it, how to change it? And this is the problem. This is why we can't really change our reality, because we didn't practice changing our reality. It's like a beautiful, pink balloon that everyone likes, and no one tries to touch it and pop it. So you would see how does it actually work. Cool. Another question is, my question is about the limitations of my own energy and power. That's where I feel blockages and limitations. So what is the key step to breaking out of the box of limitations, and how to start your own business at, 60 plus, like at senior age? And what job is looking for such people? Like what job you should look for? Okay. Okay, what have you decided about at this age? You get weaker and you get lower levels of energy anyway. So, how much you bought into that after a certain age, you will be less worthy, less capable, less energized, less useful. And everything that brings up, and everywhere it belongs to others. Everywhere it's someone else's reality, even if that's everyone else's reality. Do you choose to align and agree with that reality, and just be present with your body now? And it can be anyone, any of us. Just you can be 30 years old, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. It doesn't really matter. Even if you are just 30 years old. Be present with your body now. It means instead of being in your head, you're present with your chest, with your upper body, with your whole back, your arms, your hip, your legs, your feet. So you're present with everything that your body is. Okay. You just sense it. How does it feel? And from 1 to 100, yeah, that's the question that you ask from your body. From 1 to 100%, how much do I match other people's reality at this age that I'm in now? What is the first number that comes into your mind? And it doesn't really matter actually what is that number. If it's 10, 50, 60, 80%, whatever, it doesn't really matter. You can also ask the question like, how much do I function from my parents' or grandparents' energy when they were at the same age? Even worse, for example, if you live together with your parents, or if you connect oftentimes with your parents or elderly people around you, how much does my body match their energy, their energetic levels, and their realities? Like, and another question, how much do I facilitate them through my body so my body picks up all those things that they are going through? You know, I didn't say that facilitating others is wrong. The thing is, if you're not aware of that, then you cannot separate that effect from your own reality. And that can be true for the body and for everything. It can be true for your financial reality. How much do I match other people's financial reality around me? And actually, they don't have to be physically around you. Like, who are the people that you surround yourself as friends, family, or anyone else that you grow up with, or you spend many, many years with them, or you just in very deep sort of like alignment and agreement with their financial reality? Like, for example, how many neighbors you have or how many friends you have who keep saying that, oh my God, this government is shit. They are doing nothing good. We pay lots of taxes and so on. And the prices are going very high. Inflation is high and so on. Once you start to align and agree with all the other people's points of view, let's say financial points of view, you start to have the same shitty financial reality that they have. And everything that brings up for you, just ask the question, how much of my financial reality is matching other people's financial reality? Like, how much do I align and agree with my actual money situation with other people? Or how many people there are that I'm connected with, so I'm copying their financial reality. And you shouldn't, right? You should have your own financial reality. You should have your own awareness and apply your awareness about money and business and start to create your own reality that works for you. But when we are not aware of that we are copying others or mimicking others financially, then we will get used to it and it will sound normal. Like, they have the same shit, I have the same shit, we are equal, we are loyal to each other, we will never get out of this box because all of us in this box. So are you truly ready to get out of that box? Out of that comfortable, though not very generative, financial reality? Because you can have your own financial reality. All it takes for you to get out of that box where you are in now. Because once you get out, and one of the great ways of getting out is sort of like start to get rid of the energy that you get used to financially. So therefore, that energy that you get used to will not program you any longer, will not affect you any longer, so you can have your own reality. And of course, this 2-day class is all about you. That means it's a free flow class for everyone who is attending and bringing up their own questions, their own topics, whether it's relationship or whether it's your health or your financial reality, anything. So you can really get out from all of those spaces, from all of those boxes, not just you, but the others as well at the class. And of course, it means lots of facilitation on these topics, because that's a huge contribution for all other participants. So what is that energy that you really get used to? And also, what is the character that you decided you are? What is the personality? What is that, those characteristics and qualities that you get used to, through which you show yourself to the people around you, that you are unwilling to give up? And what is that, what's the value of holding on to these values and these characteristics? What is the value of holding on to those people and their realities? Like how much you made it more vital, valuable, real, and significant than your own power, than your own health, than your own financial reality, than your own knowing about a different possibility for a greater relationship, for example. So everywhere you're not valuing yourself, your life, your future, you will keep choosing everything that will hold you back from the change that you actually, deep down, you really know that this is the change you always wanted to have in your life. So how much of this change is too much for you? Like a too big step? Where have you decided it's much more than what you can achieve or make happen or realize or actualize? Like, these words like create, actualize, and institutionalize. Create means energetically form the structure, the basics of that creation. So whatever you would like to create, it means energetically it's already happening. And then the next one is to make steps for that energetic structure to become real, to get showing up physically. That's actualization. But it only means it shows up physically once. So for example, if you would like to change your financial reality, first you create the energy of that financial reality. You have an awareness what it would be like, being extremely rich. And then when you start to make steps to actualize it, maybe you will make a good deal. Like maybe you sell your house, you sell your car, you sell your weekend home, or you do something that generates lots of extra money. but this is just a one-time change. And if you are not staying with that level of energy, you will slowly hop back or fall back into your past energy. So then comes the next step, which is institutionalizing, like making all the necessary steps for this to be something continuous and taking you further up, like increasing your energy levels, your choices, your awareness, your consciousness, your power, like increasing all of that, so you will never fall back to a previous state, and it will become something that is generated periodically, time to time, and it's on a continuously growing like adventure. So yeah, so this is like one thing, just again as a recap. First, create it energetically, what you desire to have, because once you have it energetically, you can always connect to the energy and you can go with that energy. So it will remind you that sensation, that perception of the future. And then comes like making those steps even physically that would bring it into physical reality. So make that happen. And then comes to go with that already physically actualized energy and reality and keep building, like institutionalizing it into a lifestyle. And of course, this is the out of the box class is all about, to not let you fall back. So not just facilitating you to let go of your limitations, but giving you questions, running processes for you to, as well, to give up those traumas, those past experience, those energies that are like anchoring you to the past. So keeping your energy and your focus in the past, so you can never get out and you can never see the greater possibilities. So this is a huge invitation to everyone. Hope you know it. It's a 2 full day class. It's a live class. You can join live, but also there is a possibility to join online. Of course, we would recommend everyone, if you can travel, if you have a capacity, come and join online. It will create much greater. Though actually, this is, I would say, the cheapest class ever in access consciousness. It's only like 300 euro, which is 330 US. And whatever is that, like I think, how much is that? Like 33,000 Serbian dinar or something like that. But that's for the 2 days. So it's such an amazing and cheap class, not to mention the power of the class that it can give to you. So how much you will benefit from such a 2 day class, how much it will change who you are and how you see the world. Because this is what we would like to have with this one. And hopefully everyone who is changing, like choosing this class, are ready to make that change and make that big step forward and ready to get on that adventure with us. And, we are the creation team, like Dragana, Snezana, Margareta, Vesna. We are all looking forward to your questions. Anything that you have, and if any doubt you have, but just to let you make sure that it has to be your choice. Like, are you ready now to make a choice for a different future? Like, did you get to the point when you say, okay, my life, my future, my relationships, my financial reality really worth to spend these 2 days with this really amazing and fantastic class to change everything in my life so I can get out from this actual state because I had enough. So please make your decision, make your registration, because without your registration, you know, we don't know how to plan for that class, like how many massage tables and so on, and how many translation devices we should bring. So please, and also, you know, all the catering and all sort of stuff. So please, make your decision quick. Hope it was clear to everyone, because this is also part of actualizing the class for us. So let's work together with you and make your decision and let us know the soonest. Not the last day. Please don't do with this thing like choosing last day. If you're truly valuable, you choose now. And if you choose now, the thing is that the class starts to contribute to you, because your very choice starts to make this kind of, you know, quantum entanglement, which means the spider web of energies around you starts to align with your choice. So if you choose to get out of your actual lifestyle now, then, you know, the universe starts to get aligned with your choice and the changes starts to show up now. So this is something really, really powerful and profound that I would truly recommend everyone to make the choice now. And also people, so we will have live simultaneous translation by Margareta locally. And also people can join from all areas of the world who speak English because of me. So is there anything else we should say? Like, we will share the registration form and the payment links in the registration form. And of course, you can find the contact details of all hosts. So that's it. And we will share the recording if you missed it. So it is going to happen next Saturday and Sunday, which is next week, Saturday and Sunday in Belgrade. So in time, if you're not from Belgrade, make your travel arrangements, make your accommodation arrangements, and come and join us. And make your free time, make your time available for this class. So thank you again. And yeah, hope we will meet all of you and have an amazing class together. And if you choose, you can join us from the comfort of your home as well. It's possible through Zoom. Okay. I'm really grateful for all your amazing questions and the energy of this intro. And yeah, whether you believe or not, it's thanks to your presence and your energy. So have a really lovely day. Make your choice, make your decision today, and just see how much it will change your life. You will be quite amazed. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, Margareta. Thank you, Snezana, Dragan.
Hvala puno,
Thank you guys.
bye.
And all
Thank
of it.
you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.